The city has a problem. Okay, well, the city has a lot of problems. Specifically, the city has a transportation problem. There's overcrowding on the buses, in the traffic lanes, on the sidewalk, and even on the subway. As a resident of New York City with all of its achievements and accolades, I think that's unacceptable. So does Polly Trottenberg, transportation chief for New York City. She, along with New York lawmakers, are implementing congestion pricing in Midtown in 2021, as was decided on March 31st of this year. The goals for this pricing model include raising money, about $1 billion annually, which will mostly go towards modernizing the subways. As a quick aside, just Google NYC fund mismanagement, just scroll through what pops up. Saying that all $1 billion of expected income will be put towards the right things is a stretch. Anyway, bus ridership is also expected to go up, which means less people on the sidewalks and less cars on the road. And Paul Berger, who's been covering Manhattan's congestion pricing for the Wall Street Journal, thinks that the pricing system could turn Midtown into a pedestrian paradise. At least that's what the title of his latest article says. But the pricing system isn't a cure-all. Ubers and taxis operating in the congestion zone, which is just about everything south of 60th, by the way, will pass the price on to their customers. Additionally, all 8% of the Manhattanites, according to NYC EDC, that commute to work via car might have something to say about an $11.52 charge for driving in an already overpriced city. But that's where these mass transit improvements come in. The city would use part of the expected $1 billion to improve the bus system, adding things like dedicated bus lanes that are separated from traffic. This would make the bus system less likely to suffer from traffic jams, improving travel times. Funds would also be shuffled into improvements for sidewalks, widening them in some parts of the cities. There's even talk of pedestrianizing entire zones around the city, like in the Fidei. Those who live and work in the neighborhood know how easy it is to walk around the Federal Hall area, and lower Manhattan legislators want more space in the Fidei devoted to pedestrians and off-limits to cars. NYC is taking a nod from London, which did a lot of this 16 years ago to great effect. Berger spoke to Richard Dilks, the transportation director for London First, a business advocacy group, and he said that London has become a, quote, calmer, less polluted, less congested, slower speed, more pleasant place. In fact, traffic speeds have actually increased by 30%. But, as Berger notes in the end of his article, quote, such gains have come at a loss. London's population and job growth, coupled with the loss of road space to pedestrians and cyclists, has squeezed traffic to the point where the city's roads are among the most congested in Europe. As our city grows, there needs to be improvements to the things we use every day. From elevators to roads, we can make some things easier, but not without a cost. There will always be a trade-off. Improve one thing, and something else breaks. I think that the preaching of congestion pricing advocates is promising. I think we could all strive for a calmer, less polluted, less congested, slower speed, more pleasant place. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on.